Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. Brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I'm joined by my brother from the best coast, which is the West Coast. Eddie is in the building. What are you telling me, Eddie? You good?
Yeah, man, it's dubs only on this side, my brother. Dubs only, shout out to the losers. You couldn't do enough to get like us, so there you are at home. Arsenal, enjoy the loss. Who else is out there? Chelsea.
Chelsea.
I technically call them Chelsea scum. Enjoy the loss. Spurs, you don't have to enjoy losses because you're used to them at this point in cup competition. So just enjoy the weekend. Hopefully you don't screw it up too much. But hey, Spurs will be Spurs. We good, man. We good.
Spurs are going Spurs. And what Eddie is referring to, if you don't know, people, is Manchester United yesterday went through to the next round of the Carabao Cup, beating Aston Villa 4-2. After going down twice. We were behind twice. We were down 1-0. We were down 2-1. So we'll be discussing all things in regards to that game. We'll be discussing the title of the episode of this podcast as well, which is how serious should Manchester United take the Carabao Cup. I think it is the unpopular can't say is it unpopular. I'd say it's split actually. Some people were on the side of it's a trophy. We need to win. We need to contest for every trophy we're in. Target the Carabao Cup, but then others were like, we have a thin squad. There's a lot of games in regards to the World Cup, and the schedule is already stacked as it is. They don't care if we go out. I'm in the former, definitely, which I've spoken on many a time. But we'll go to you, Eddie. What's your thoughts? How serious should Manchester United take the Carabao Cup? Bear in mind the next round of this competition. We are in the round of 16. The next round of this competition, I think, is 3 days after the World Cup final. I believe so. Yeah.
No rest. Simply put, I ain't no damn physio. Mm-hmm. I ain't the manager. The fuck I look like giving a damn about player fitness for? They don't pay me to do that. They pay me to root. They don't pay me. I root my team.
Yeah.
I need my chips with dip. I need a salsa cup for the dip. Yeah. So give me that Carabao Cup, bro. Yeah. You see, this is the thing, man. It's kind of like, there's people who get rich through inheritance, right? And there's people who get rich through the grind.
Yeah.
We starting to look like them people who got rich through inheritance. Meaning we not respecting the process of what it takes to become a winner again. We 17. That's how long it's been. That's not normal for this club, bro. That's not normal for us.
Facts.
Don't be complacent. And again, you tell me if any one of you in the chat tell me that, oh yeah, we should be looking over for top 4 instead of winning a trophy, brother. I'm a mod. I'll do what I please. I'll do what I want. So yeah, we got to go for it, man. And let them figure out that. And again, it's fucking Burnley.
Yes, that's who we did draw in the round of 16 people. We did get Burnley, yes.
And I'm sure, I think we have a shit ton of players who aren't making it to
not all of our players are going to make a World Cup final, people. So it's not.
So when is the World Cup? Is it after the transfer window or
no? The World Cup's
excuse me.
Oh, the final is December the 18th, I believe. So just before Christmas.
Oh wow! So then after the final, 3 days later is the cup.
It's the next round. Yeah, I'm literally gonna Google it now to double check. But yeah, that should be in the fixture list. Let me have a look. I think it was Peter who mentioned that. But you lot bump up the likes, make sure you subscribe. But yeah, go on, carry on, Eddie. I'm literally gonna have a look at our fixture list now.
I'm gonna let you go here soon.
No problem.
We not at that point in our club's progression to be looking down on trophies. We're trying to build back our legitimacy and winning cups. It's the manner in which you do it too, right? Because we could have folded like dogs yesterday. We could have said, you know what, like to the point, brother's got the World Cup to look forward to. Brother's got games to play. let's not rest. And I don't blame him. And let me make this very clear to the players who are shutting it down for the World Cup. I'll tell you this right now, I put Kenya over everything. So I'm not gonna be the type to be like telling these brothers, yeah, going to play for your country. Nah, man, you got to come over here and sacrifice yourself for United. Nah, I'm cool off that. Players like Anthony, he might have had I seen him favoring his leg earlier on in the year, like earlier on before he even started missing games.
Yeah.
So I knew he needed a bit of a break.
Fez.
Right. So he's entitled to do what he needs to do. Varane, he put himself out there. Again, Varane has been one of our best players.
Oh, facts. 100%.
It is a dream for him to compete in the World Cup. I'm not going to hold it against him if he wants to be precautious and just rest until the World Cup. But on the other hand, you got to give a shout out to Fred and Casemiro. We know what they like. They dogs. They built like that's what they do. They fight. They scrap. Now, I only wish, Harry Maguire was a bit more selfish and he was fucking resting somewhere, not associated with my club. But, beggars can't be choosers at this point. Man. So that's that, man. That's where I'm at.
All right. With me, I'm in agreement with you. I can't believe people are talking about the squad is thin, target over competitions. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. It's vitally important we win a trophy this season. I've been talking about this from the start of the season. Right. I've been talking about this from before the first preseason game, from before we made our first signing and when Ten Hag was announced. Target the competitions. Obviously, I've specifically mentioned the Europa League for obvious reasons. One, it's the biggest competition we can win. Two, it's a European competition. Three, it also gets you into the Champions League as well. So there's more bonuses with that. Well, that doesn't mean we should bypass the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, people. And I was stating this. I said before the game yesterday, if we go out of this competition, I'll be pissed. Considering what happened the day before, I believe now, I'll have to double check this or someone in the chat will probably let me know. There's 10 Premier League sides who have gone out already, and obviously the teams that Eddie mentioned at the start, Arsenal have gone out, Chelsea have gone out, Tottenham have gone out. And then on top of that, in this round of 16, Manchester City and Liverpool have drew each other. And we drew Burnley at home. So why would you not target this competition? Beating Burnley at home, even if, say, worst case scenario happens and the majority of our team, not a majority of our team, but if a few of our players make the World Cup final, our second string should be able to beat Burnley at home. I'm sorry, 110%. Our second string should definitely be able to beat Burnley at home, like without doubt. So that's how I'm looking at it. Beat Burnley at home, then you're in the round of 8. Then you're in a quarterfinal, people. And four of the big 6, but 4 of the 5 who are in the big 6, not including ourselves, will be out of the competition. How would you know? Let me actually have a look at the round. I'm not sure, but we should take it very seriously, people. We should take this competition very seriously. I wouldn't mind, even if I seen Ten Hag, and this is going to be unpopular, play a stronger team in a Carabao Cup game and a weaker side in the Premier League. I would not be against that. We are not winning the Premier League. Yeah, rivals will laugh and joke and and hee-hees and ha-has and banter. This game, the last game, I said it before the 2 games against Villa. Yesterday's game was more important than the Premier League game. I said, if I had a choice, obviously you want to win both, but if I had a choice of a game to pick to win, I'm picking the Carabao Cup game. Lose the game at Villa Park and win the game at Old Trafford. Again, you want to win both, people. Of course you want to win both. However, Carabao Cup is legit one of our better chances now of winning a trophy because of the teams that have gone out and the way the draw has gone. Because I'm having a look here, 1 second. Let me have a look at this draw. Actually, I say who's gone out first and foremost. So I'm looking here in terms of teams who have gone out Premier League sides. So let's see. Let me run this all the way back to... I run it back to the second round. So who went out? Let's see. Was there any league sides? No Premier League sides went out. Oh, yeah, Fulham went out in round 2. So that's Fulham. So that's 1 there. Right. So that was 1 there. Everton went out. That's 2. Leeds went out. That's 3. Tottenham went out as 4. Arsenal went out as 5. Palace went out at 6. Chelsea went out at 7. So that's 7 right there, people, in terms of teams. And I'm looking at the draw. Like outside the City, Liverpool, obviously, even one of those would be tough. But Wolves, Gillingham, Southampton, Lincoln City, Newcastle, Bournemouth. Obviously, Newcastle are not an easy side to face. Charlton, Brighton, Blackburn Rovers, Nottingham Forest, MK Dons, Leicester City. So let's say hypothetically, we get past Burnley, City get past Liverpool. I'm looking at minus Newcastle. Who else is there that you go, we're not strong favourites? Wolves, who had a good season. Southampton have just sacked their manager. Bournemouth are going all right. Brighton are doing decent. Forest are near the bottom of the league, battling relegation. And we all know about Leicester's woes. We all know about Leicester's issues and Leicester's worries. So why would we not target that competition? I've said it before and I said it again. Carabao Cup, there's a reason it's been targeted by so many different managers. There's a reason Pep won 4 in a row. I believe that was the first trophy he won at Manchester City. I look at what that has been the catalyst for. I'm not saying Manchester United win the Carabao Cup and then we go on and dominate. I'm saying it can't hinder it. It only helps. There's no hindrance to picking up that trophy. I believe the finals probably February, March. It might have been pushed back because of the World Cup, but there's no hindrance to it. That can help us so much with confidence going forward in the season, in the FA Cup run, in the Europa League run, even in the Premier League. Guaranteed it. Like I say, Pep's targeted that competition. Each time Mourinho's been in this country, he's targeted that trophy. Both times at Chelsea, and he did it here. And I bet when with us specifically, I bet that helped us win the Europa League. Because players are more likely to listen to a manager who has now had success. They're not going to second guess him as much. Let me listen to this guy because he's a winner. We know what he's talking about. Wherever you work, people, wherever you work, your boss, if your team is getting results based off what your boss is saying, you're more likely to pay attention to it. If you're not getting results, you're more likely to disregard what he's saying. It's like, this man knows what he's talking about. And winning can breed winning, people. And like I said, we even won a trophy in 2017. People are talking like we're Manchester City or something. Like we're Real Madrid. Like we can just throw away trophies. Oh, our squad's thin. So throw away the Carabao Cup to do what exactly? Concentrate on finishing 4th. Give me a Carabao Cup over finishing 4th. What are we talking about here? But like I said, Pep's, I've seen him target the Carabao Cup. Mourinho's targeted the Carabao Cup. Manchester United, for those that don't know, remember when we went on that free pre? I'm saying, and we won the Champions League in that period with Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez, that team. The first trophy we won was the Carabao Cup. Like Fergie targeted that as well. That got the players, I think players spoke on this. That gave them a taste for winning. So we should take this very seriously. And again, the draw, people. We playing Burnley at home. We should be able to bypass Burnley at home. Then you're into the quarterfinals. And then with a favorable draw, because there'll be other upsets. Not all Premier League sides will go out. So whether that's the Wolves Gillingham game, Southampton Lincoln, the Charlton Brighton game, Blackburn Rovers Nottingham Forest, or MK Dons and Leicester. And we know one of City or Liverpool are definitely going out as well. This opens up. And then if you get a favorable draw in the quarterfinal, then you're in the semi-final, 2 legs. Then you're literally 2 good games away from a trophy. You're 2 wins out of 3 away from winning a Carabao Cup. We need to go target that just to get that. And that does wonders for Ten Hag as well. If he picks up the first trophy available to him, that puts a lot to bed in terms of can this manager be successful here? What can he do here? You know what I'm saying? It buys him more time. I think he gets more players. I'm not saying the players are against him, but he gets even more players on side. I think he gets more fans on side. I think the belief happens as well. Go win and I'm saying this, still go target the FA Cup and the Europa League as well on top of that. But we need a trophy this season. That's the most important thing outside of the manager implementing his system and figuring out what players work here and what players don't and who to get rid of, etc., etc. But yeah, we'll move on to the hottest topic one of the hot topics in regard to that game yesterday. Donny van de Beek. Eddie, your thoughts? Because obviously you had to leave the watch along early. So your thoughts on Donny van de Beek?
It's more of the same for me with Donny. The brother makes runs. He doesn't get the ball. Yeah. I don't know how people see Donny. Like I think the thing that happens with Donny is he's being compared to 2 players who played nothing like him. And then he's being held to their standards, right? Like Donny, again, when he gets on the ball, I've seen him make the pass that leads to the assist. Right? I've seen him engage in the actions that lead to us making goals. He's had a part to play. It might not be the assist, it might not be the goal, but maybe he won the ball in a tight situation and played a quick pass that opened up the field and allowed the other guy to make the pass that led to the goal.
Yeah.
Right? But when you compare him to a Bruno, and the praise that Bruno gets is simplistic. He just runs around. He just runs around a lot. Like he's not really doing too much. He's just running around everywhere. So you see Bruno over here, you see Bruno over there. You're like, damn, Bruno had a great game. He was everywhere. Meanwhile, dribbling ain't there, passing ain't there. The shot that to be real, hey man, my man of the match might have to be Tyrone Mings. Now that I think about it. Tyrone Mings was out here selling, boy.
In his defense, I think he came. I think was it 3-2? I think it was 3. Oh no, actually, because Bruno scored the third goal and it deflected off Tyrone Mings.
Deflection off
2-2.
him.
Yeah. That's not his fault. That's on the goalkeeper though. But
when Rashford scored,
yeah,
Tyrone Mings slipped. That's how he got the space available to make the.
Because he went to tackle. Yeah, because he went to tackle him, and then I think he did slip, and it would have been. I think it would have been a penalty had Rashford not stayed on his feet. But go on, carry on.
And so again, he hasn't. This is his first time in a long time that he's gotten a run of games, and I think again, when he was on the pitch, we scored. Right? I mean, the first half was terrible from everybody associated with Manchester United and Aston Villa. Both teams played shit that first half. I think
first half wasn't good. You're right.
I think we were trying to feel each other out, see where we could make the passes, and then you saw in the second half, once they realized, you know what, if we get the ball to our fullbacks can make passes to put us in advantageous situations. Delo plays the pass to Bruno. Bruno finds Martial. Goal. Malacia was putting balls in, and honest to God's truth, that's the best I've seen him really look on the attack in a really long time. And plus, his tenacity is always going to be there. So back to Donny, I just think that I think if you're looking for, or even an Eriksen, right, who just plays the craziest pass you can ever imagine every time, every game he plays a pass, and you're just like, brother, that's on some Matrix shit. That ain't normal. Like ball manipulation is crazy right now. How you doing this? Whereas Donny, he likes to receive the ball and play in tight situations. Like I could see Donny, and like if we play a low block team, right? Like here's what I think we should do going into, because I think Burnley's just going to set up shop. That's when you have your Sancho, Donny, Martial, Anthony can fit into there. Nathan, that you know what? That is honestly one thing that I'll acknowledge. His physicality does need to improve, right? He does need to,
which is fair.
That's fair. That's very fair. At some point in time, you have to win those close quarter battles with not just skill and technique, but a bit of want to, a bit of physicality. That's all good with me. That's a fair criticism. But for us to be sitting here like if I feel like if you played him with Donny Eriksen, left Bruno on the bench, maybe Casemiro, and then again, you might need to get a bit defensive with like your other pairings. Like to be fair, our entire back line is just outstanding minus Lyndon Maguire. So I think they can the proof's in the pudding. We synced it.
You spent. Yeah,
we
did.
Who played against Aston Villa last game?
Yeah. You spent.
Maguire. No. I think it was Linda. It was Linda. My fault. My apologies. It was Linda. Linda played like shit on Sunday. Maguire played like shit on Thursday. Both
I hear
bags.
you.
If I'm being honest, both
I get
bags.
you.
Both
I get
bags.
you. I get you.
The bottom dumpster juice. Okay, like it's not a good look for us when when they're on the pitch. So
Nah, I get you.
that's where my that's where my heightened critique would be. Them two brothers, Donny does what Donny does. Like I don't understand what people want from Donny when I'm telling you he's a one-touch football player
Yeah.
in a team that struggles to play one-touch football.
What I would say, and you lot continue to get your questions in on Manchester United as well. What I would say about Donny is, yeah, we know. I think he does make the runs 100%. He does pick up the right. He does operate in the correct areas. Like people say he hides. I wouldn't go as far to say he's hides. However, what he now needs to do is demand the ball.
Yeah.
That's what Donny. He has to you mentioned. Well, Nathan mentioned it, and you mentioned it in terms of the physicality. Now he just needs to go searching for the ball. If you are not being found as a 10, now you need to be dropping off deeper. Now you need to be demanding the ball. Now you need to be going to your fullbacks and getting the ball. Now you need to be going closer to your centre backs, going closer to the two midfielders behind you. You have to now. There's no way he's not having impact at all in the games, which is the issue. You can't be having 11 touches a half.
Like
That's
this
not enough.
Just to add
Yeah,
to
go on.
it, like
Go on.
there's no way Fred should be making more on the ball decisions than Donny.
That's it.
Fred, you win the ball back, get it, make a simple pass.
Yeah.
Get this like somebody like that's where I agree with you as well.
Yeah, like that's what he has to do. He has to now go, and if you're not being found in those pockets of space, whether that's his fault, whether that's the player's fault, whether it's a combination of both, is not the conversation I'm having, people. That's not the conversation I'm having. What I'm stating is he needs to go and look for the ball. Go search for the ball. That's what he needs to do. Go demand. You can't be having 11 touches a half. I can't defend that. No, outside of a strike, the only person I would accept that from is a striker in terms of outfield, and that's because you're not getting any service. But even a striker, I would say, all right, you need to drop deep. But a midfielder, that's unforgivable. And again, that's not all on him. But he needs to now realize, all right, this is not working. He started 3 matches in a row now. The first one I give a blight to because it's his first game back after injury. The 2 Villa games I can't, specifically this one at home where we dominated enough of the ball. You need to go and start demanding the ball because the talent's there. I don't doubt Donny's talent for anything. I don't doubt his talent for 1 second. But you now need to go and impose yourself. You know what I'm saying in that? If you're not getting the ball, go seek it. Very similar to basketball. If you're not getting the ball to shoot, you better start going to the rim and grabbing rebounds. That's legit. You better go start getting rebounds. You better go start demand. There's a difference, people, between asking for the ball and demanding it. Now Donny needs to impose his personality, and you don't have to be like loud and aggressive and leadership for all of these things, but you can go demand it. Like I said, you mentioned it there, Fred. When Fred has the ball, McTominay has the ball. I use those two as the example because they started. Yo, go 5 yards. Go 5 yards away. Go 5 yards away from him and get the ball off him. When Malacia, Delo have the ball, I'm just using again those two because they were the fullbacks. Go get it. Mm-hmm. When Maguire and Linda will offer on it, drop deep, go get it. Get close to the 2 wide players, Garnacho, Bruno, go get it. Now you need to start imposing your personality on the game now. Because like I keep stating, 11 touches is not enough and I can't defend that. I can't defend that performance. Do I think Donny's talented? Absolutely. But can I defend? No, I can't defend that performance. You're playing in the central area. You're not playing out wide, where I'd be more lean. I'd be more understanding of you having less touches. You're not playing up front and getting no service. You're in the 10 role. You're in the center of the park. The same way we criticize McTominay for only having 4 passes a half, for instance, or when he had 2 completed passes a half, or whatever it was. Or he wasn't having as many touches like Fred next to him. He was having double the amount of touches. So, yeah, but do I think he's hiding? No. I just think he needs to impose himself now. You're not being found in them pockets of space. Do I believe the reaction to him is over the top? Yes. But that's typical Manchester United fans. You know what I'm saying? And that's just typical. Me and Bainesy was having this conversation yesterday, and Bainesy I pulled him up on it. You make sure you go check out the show. God, shout out to my guy, Stamp My Mains, who's trying to call him number 34. I said, we're not doing that. I said, don't do that. Because there's many players who you can call out by their number who haven't been good enough. And he's like, oh, they've had more good games than them bad games. And I'm like, yeah, but they've been here a long time. And Bruno, who we're going to get onto, because the revisionism on Bruno is crazy. The revisionism. It's like being in a bad relationship and then you go to another relationship that's also bad, but it's worse. And then someone says, you should go back to that previous relationship. No, they're both bad. You know what I'm saying? Just because one's worse than the other, they're both bad relationships. It's like someone in the chat on Bainsey's channel was like, oh, Flawless, you said we'd be a better team with Donny in it. Yes, I believe so. It seems I was wrong, but that doesn't make it that Bruno is good enough to where we're trying to go. Because the revisionism on Bruno is crazy. The fact that we miss a player, and we have missed Bruno, people, don't get mistaken. When we do miss Bruno's energy and his pressing and his tenacity, we do. All jokes aside, legit. But the fact that we miss a player of his caliber goes to show where Manchester United are at. This is why we've gone 5 years without a trophy. And that's not me blaming Bruno, people. I'm saying he's the poster child for it. That we miss a player of his caliber, of his skill level. I'm not talking positions. I'm not talking him individually, people. I'm saying if you put a player the caliber of Bruno in a top side, they don't miss him. They're not talking about missing him. Put a player, whoever you think, take out Bruno so people can get the Bruno thing out of their head. Pick a player who you think's the same level as Bruno and put him in Manchester City side and see if they miss him. Put him in Liverpool side when they were challenging and see if they miss him. Put him in a Real Madrid side and see if they miss him. Put him in a Bayern Munich side and see if they miss him. I'm talking skill. So if you think Bruno's 7 out of 10, for instance, just for example, you know what I'm saying, put a 7 out of 10 player in there. No chance. No chance. Like compare, I use Liverpool as the example. Me and Bainsey was talking about this. Compare Fabinho in his pump to Bruno. Who's the better player? It's not even a conversation. It's not even a debate. And I'm talking, they play different positions. I'm talking skill level. That Fabinho is ridiculous. Take Bernardo Silva and compare him to Bruno. It's not even a debate in terms of skill. Take Kimmich at Bayern Munich and compare him to Bruno. It's not even a debate. You know what I'm saying? Take Kante in his pump and compare him to Bruno. Take Kovacic, you know what I'm saying, when he's fit and compare him to Bruno. The list goes on. Cruz, Modric, I can keep listing him. He falls at the bottom of this list, but people will continue to hype this man up. He's not good. He's not even our best midfielder now. What are we talking about?
It's crazy.
Not even our best midfielder now. And James says it there, Bruno and Donny are both not good enough. Bruno is just 10 times better right now. See, if someone says that, that's cool. I just don't hate this revisionism on Bruno. We need to improve on Bruno regardless, because he is not good enough. And the fact that we miss him is a main reason as to why we've gone 5 years without a trophy. People will continue to defend this guy no matter what, but then get on Donny for 3 bad games. But Bruno can have 3. Bruno played against Sociedad, by the way, people. Are we forgetting that? He's played in some of these games where we played back. Did he not play against Newcastle? Did he not play against Brentford? Did he not play against Brighton? Are we missing these things? Like he's not like last season when we had our worst ever season in the Premier League. Did he not start the majority of those games? Did he not? Well, people will bypass that. You know what I'm saying? Let that had been Donny, because all I'm hearing about is Donny this, Donny that. But Bruno was a part of that worst ever side. He played in that team. Like I said, man, the revisionism on him is crazy. Can he be effective? Yes. Can he have his moments? Also, yes. Does he have his uses? Also, yes. But Manchester United need to improve in that area. I said it before, and I say it again. For where Manchester United are trying to go to, Bruno cannot be our best midfielder or top 2. And I don't think he's top 2 now. And all of a sudden, we look better. Casemiro's better, Eriksen's better in terms of skill, people. I'm talking skill, just levels, even though they do different roles and they play different positions. Casemiro's a better DM than Bruno is an attacking midfielder. Eriksen's a better deep line playmaker than Bruno is an advanced playmaker. He's our 3rd best midfielder. And all of a sudden, our midfield's functioning and looking better. Just putting it out there, people. Putting it out there. Nathan says, like I said, I personally believe Ten Hag is going to slowly drop Bruno from the team. I think so too, Nathan. I think that's why you see him playing out wide and stuff like that. Can he do a job out there? Yes. But the fact he's an offensive player, and all we talk about is we don't talk about anything on the ball from him. We don't talk about anything on the ball from him.
Listen.
It's always secondary. It's always thirdly. It's never the first thing. When you're talking attacking players in the world, the first thing people always mention is they're on the ball or they're press resistant. They're a great ball carrier. They're a great passer of the ball, short and long. They deliver the pass in the correct way. They're a great controller. When we talk Modric, when we talk Cruz, when we talk Kimmich, when we talk Bernardo Silva, when we talk Gundogan, like the level, but all of a sudden with him, we talking about his pressing and his running and his energy and his tenacity. But hey, hit the like button, people. Subscribe to the channel.
Like I don't know what people are watching. That's my problem. I don't know what people are watching. James, I respect you. I really do, and I respect all you contribute to the channel with your insights. But come on, bro. 10 times better than Donny? The only thing Bruno does better than Donny is complain and run around a lot. That's it. That's it. Again, to his engine for what the system requires in pressing, Bruno is at the top of the list. He's at the top of the list when it comes to pressing. But why the hell am I talking about pressing when I'm talking about one of my forward midfielders? Why can't I talk about how he holds on to the ball, makes smart decisions, finds the back of the net every now and again, brings other players into play, gets us out of sticky situations when the other team is pressing us? Why can't I speak that way? Why can't I speak that way about Bruno? And to Daredevil's point, shout out Daredevil. I'll take James Maddison. If there had been 10 days in the week, I'd take him 11. That's where I'm at with this Bruno character. I have Eriksen blowing hot air at this point, running on E, still being able to make better decisions when he comes into the game. Eriksen as a sub yesterday was one of the difference makers.
Absolutely.
Bruno on that pitch was not a difference maker. I'm sorry. He was a product of the circumstances. Villa play that high line. He makes his run, simple pass, assist.
That's one thing I'll always give him credit for. His third man runs or his runs from deep are always good. I'll always give him credit.
Right. What have I always been saying? What have I always been telling you?
Yeah, you said get him out. You always say get him out the middle.
Get him out the middle.
You always say that.
Put him on the right. Because he's a winger. If he wants to play winger, go play winger. I don't care. You're Dan James with the right leg. I'll take that. Dan James didn't have 2 feet. I'll take that. Right? But we got to be consistent with our critiques. Like you said, James, to his point, he said, I don't want either of them. And I appreciate that. Like, again, James, your opinion is valid. When you say you don't want to eat them, that's fair with me. That's all good with me. Because you're showing a level of consistency that these two players are not to the standard of Manchester United. That's what I like to hear. Right? Because you understand the levels. To these other people who want to use goals and assists to justify how Bruno has been playing since he's been here, and then use that as the stick to beat on Donny, that's where I have a problem. That's where I have a problem. Because, I can find at least 10 brothers who, I affectionately say can't go back, that can press just like Bruno.
And be energetic.
Yeah.
Anthony. I run hard, yeah.
Anthony does the same shit Bruno does, but he can actually curl it into the back of the net.
Yeah, he has creativity on his side as well. He has ball playing. Yeah. 100%.
Think what I'm saying? Like,
hey, big up Ty, man. Big up the Never a Foul gang. Big up Ty every single time, man. Shout out Flawless always on the grind. Hey, Ty, big up. Big up Never a Foul, man. Always working out as well. Come on, fam.
There you go. Two hard workers gotta show love to each other. I love that. But yeah, bro. Like, to the Statman thing, brother. You realize we have the CR7 tapes.
Yeah, in his defense, he did say that. He said the only player he is biased to is Cristiano Ronaldo. He did state that.
Him saying it don't make it better or worse.
Hey, at least it lets us know he knows at least. You know what I'm saying?
Well, shit. We didn't been telling him. We didn't telling his ass for about.
We did tell him.
Since he's been here. Hey, man, you can only say, no, I'm not so many times. Yes, you are. No, we told you was. And the same thing with Bruno. These passionistas that don't got no tech, certified tryhards. I can find the best of both worlds, people, because imagine there are football players who have tech and who have heart. A lot of them play for the top clubs in the world. You think Casemiro is just all heart? Have you not seen the passes that he's been making, people?
You know what? That's one thing that has like pleasantly surprised me in terms of, I didn't know he had that passing range. Obviously, he didn't have to show it because of the team he was playing at with Real Madrid, but it's impressed me. I've seen this guy ping it with his left foot.
Like, James, wow. let me tell you something, James. There's legit. There might be two players who I think are Manchester United quality on our squad right now, playing for our squad right now. Only two.
Casemiro, Varane.
And you know what? I might put Lissandro before I put Varane.
Martinez is, if he continues with this consistency at this level, like, yes. Like, what I'm seeing, I've been super impressed with his consistency. It's very rare. Like, he was bad against Villa, yesterday, the weekend before, but that was a one-off. Yeah. If he's having one bad game every 12, I'm taking it. Yeah. Like, that's what you want, people. Consistency is what picks you up points, picks you up consistent results, and then what gives you a better chance of winning trophies. It's consistency. All players are going to have bad games. I'm saying all players, but it's limiting those bad games. And Martinez, I've been very impressed. Very, very impressed. Same Casemiro. Very impressed. I can't remember the last time he had a bad game.
A bad game. Yeah. Those three, like, could play for United, I think, right? And it's just what we have right now. Like, again, people, if you look at how much money we are top 2, maybe top 3 most valuable franchises in the world. Please don't tell me we struggle to make money.
Oh, definitely not.
Please. Please don't tell me a debt and all this. No. Please don't tell me, oh, we're gonna invest in the academy. That's a simple way of saying we're gonna be cheap. I understand people have their love for the academy. That academy had a place in the 1990s, in the early 2000s, early 2010. Once Man City said, yo, we slapping briefcases on the desk and we rating everybody for their best, we had to come out with the brown paper bags. We couldn't be on this academy shit waiting 5 years for somebody to improve.
Yeah.
That's what you got to understand about this shit, bro. We're struggling because we're being handicapped by decision making. We're not being handicapped by our ability to spend. It's that simple. We had all that money for what's his face? You can just go down the list of all the expensive transfers we made for the past 10 years.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And how we've just brought it up out of nowhere. We was like, oh, I don't think we're gonna sign anybody. Next thing you know, 70 million, 80 million, 90 million, couple summers in a row. Like, they could do that, and they could also invest in a real deal scouting network department. And I think that's what you're starting to see with how much control Ten Hag has. We're starting to move in that direction. Like, again, he rated the Dutch league for the promising talents, and now they're on our squad. It's smart.
That's smart. Right? Yes, this is very clever. This is a very clever thing to do. Go into a market you understand and know, and go pick the best players. And we're seeing it with Martinez, Malacia, Anthony. Makes sense. And then you couple that in with two players we know are quality in Casemiro and Eriksen. It's a great 5 to have.
That's it. It's very simple, bro. It's like, for me, it's very cut and dry why we are not competing at the level we need to compete at. It's because we've settled for less. We came out the house. The house is like, sitting on a 200,000 acres. We just out here pimping it. Got the cars, the Bugattis, all out in the front. And we like, damn, we need some groceries. Let me go get some groceries. Where you finna go? Oh, let's go to the dollar store real quick. They got some shit.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
That's what we doing.
I hear you, fam.
That's what it comes down to. So y'all can champion. People in the chat are more logical than the ones on Twitter and all them other places speaking about this shit. Let them champion Bruno. Y'all should be expecting better from this club if Bruno is the person that we're relying upon to lead us through this title drought that we're in. Because again, we're only saying trophies, people. Miles and I grew up, trophies were a given. Premier Leagues is where we used to really be focused. Then we got motherfuckers nowadays talking about top four.
Top four, you
know? And like we talked about, resting players for top four.
Resting for top four. Resting players for a Premier League title race. Fully understand.
Exactly.
We're legit. If we were legitimately in a title race and contending and competing for the actual Premier League title, I understand resting. Fully get it. 110%. Fully get it. But resting for
top four.
How about we just go target the free cup competitions? Because that's a successful. Imagine that's a successful. If we pick up a trophy this season, that's a successful season. 110% to me. Like I say, people can think different. To me, that's a successful season. That's something to be celebrated. That's something we could build upon. If we were to pick up a Carabao Cup and finish 5th, that's on us. If we can't finish in the top 4, that lets us know where our squad is, and we need to invest further. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't want to be an also ran in the champs. I don't want to be also running the champ. When I say that, people, I'm not saying we should be one of the favorites. At least be dark horses for it. So we're not in the top 5, 6 teams like contending for it, but we're the best of the rest. We're in that 7 to 11 bracket, where people go, you know what? Who's my dark horse? Manchester United. That's where we should be at. Kind of now how people are looking at Napoli, I would say, this season. They're one of them teams right now. Obviously, you have Real Madrid, you have Bayern Munich, you have Manchester City, you got PSG. They're probably your 4. Liverpool, Liverpool will probably go. So that's probably your 5. So outside of that, who are you looking at? Your Napolis, people will say, and teams of that nature. So that's how I'm looking at it. It is. I'd rather win the Carabao Cup than get top 4. It would do more for the players than making top 4. They know how to win. All they know is being the best loser. That's legit it, James. That's where I'm at with it. Go and target the Carabao Cup, target the FA Cup, target the Europa League. I've said it before. I'll say it again. And this is unpopular opinion, and this is just me stating this. So this is nobody else. This is my opinion on this. Premier League should be 4th priority. Said this. Because we're not going to win like you all top 4. Go win the Europa League, and then we get what you get for top 4. So that's cool. Like 110%. Go look at the teams in the Europa League. Look at the teams left in the Carabao Cup. And I said this with cup competitions is all on the draw. FA Cup, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But if we get a favorable draw and other Premier League sides go out and play weaker sides and City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs all play each other, then you never know. Next thing you know, you're in a quarterfinal. You're in the 6th round of the FA Cup. You're in a semi-final. And then you're 2-3 games away from Wembley and winning a trophy. Like, why would you not do that? Same with Europa League. But I trust Ten Hag. It'd be interesting to see how he does this into the last, how he does in the last stages of the season. I'm not sure. Does he prioritize? Does he stick the same? Because that was a weakened side yesterday. I understand why it was a weakened side, but he was still good enough to win the game. And he still brought on your big players. Casemiro still entered the pitch even though it was late. Eriksen was on the pitch as well. So, yeah, man, it was good. And hopefully we strengthen in January. But, yeah, we mentioned Donny. We mentioned Bruno. It was good to see Martial out there.
Good to see Martial out there. I think, listen, again, is Martial, imagine if I had a striker, but you know, the market is so thin. The market is so thin with strikers, right? Like no striker really pops up and you're like, yeah, that's the one who can change everything for us. I don't see any youngs. Only one out there is Haaland. And because of the goal scoring capabilities that can change a match, I start to see why your stance is what it is with Mbappe, because that level, like those two are the only threats that like are here. But like when it comes to goal scoring, like putting themselves in position just to get the shot off, right? A lot of Haaland, you know, he doesn't do too much, but he puts himself in a position to score goals. And that's the same kind of thing with Mbappe. You know, I said he was born, bred, and conceived offsides. But again, if they don't call it, who really looking, right? Like, who really cares? And if you get away with it, who cares? And because of the speed, you know, the attack and all that, I could see that's the only person I can see like striker wise. But he's not a striker, but he kind of operates as one because he's so just going forward and focused. That with Martial, like, I'll take that. At this point, I'll take that because I don't know where the manager can turn to and say, yeah, this is the striker of the future. This is the striker. This is the world-class striker that we need to have, right? People are going off of potential when they mention Sesko because you've only been in that RB system. And again, they like, people talk about terrorist football. We got to have that conversation about RB because legit, bro, they can sacrifice themselves just to fucking score. So that's some terrorist football for myself too. You can't just be running out here like, bro. They got all 11 in the opposite half. Like, how? At least send somebody back. You know what I'm saying? So right now he'll do. I think even a Yao Felix, like, it'll be interesting to see how.
Wonder what's the sauce? What's the give? You got hit us the sauce when you drop these things. But go on, carry on.
It'll be interesting to see how he adjusts to the Premier League because Aguero was small, but he was a pit bull. He played like a pit bull.
Yeah, that South American flair.
South American flair with that dog.
The South American grit. Yeah.
All that shit. Yeah. I don't know what it looks like, how it'll translate over. I know it'll look pretty, but you know, I think Sancho is finding out that pretty shit don't cut it. And that's why people are like the Garnacho thing. Conversations are happening because, again, I'm watching him. I'm like, okay, take the ball, attack. You have to do that with physicality.
Yes.
Sometimes, like, we have this shit in basketball all the time. I might not be able to play basketball. In this basketball game, I can whoop your ass. Meaning, I'm going to put hands all on you. I'm going to be physical so you don't have the space to get those tricks off in an appropriate manner. Right? If you're trying to go crossover right in front of me, I'm stealing that. Like, that's just how it goes. And so I'm watching Garnacho and I'm like, he's like you always say, he's direct.
Yes.
He's see ball, hit ball, go. And again, he has some skill to him. It's not like there's no skill there. Like, it's not an Alenga situation. So congratulations, Garnacho. You've done enough to raise yourself over Alenga. If I didn't explicitly say that, I wanted to give you your credit right now. Still, you know, I'm a Sancho guy, so I stay where I'm at. But having the both of them is definitely a good thing because
Garnacho and Sancho.
Garnacho and Sancho,
right? I know where you're going with this. Carry on.
If one's not working because of how the other team is set up, you can send in the other, and vice versa. That's it. So we have a level of depth at that position that I don't think we had going in that we thought we would have. I think he still has a couple more games for me to show that he can be consistent. Because again, the problem with young players isn't how talented they are. It's how many times in a row can they show you how talented they are.
Consistency.
Right? Consistency is key with all young players. And so that's it with me in that situation. Martial, because of his technical ability and what the manager requires of that position, you're seeing how good he looks. But yeah, if you told me there was a striker out there like freaking winning, I don't know, leagues for their team, or you know, we see this World Cup come around and we see a striker who takes the world by storm, I hope we have the gusto. You dig what I'm saying? Like, we got this, we got the feeling that we need to spend some bucks and bring him in.
Nice.
Like I said, I just need the right side is, I think, the thing that needs to be solidified going forward. Like, how backup right wing strikers, hopefully backup right back, give Delo some time to breathe.
We definitely need a right back, 100%. But you mentioned it there because you were talking about the striker situation. And that goes back to what you were saying slightly earlier about scouting network and the system and locating players and finding players. That's on Ten Hag and that's on the recruitment team to do. We may not know the strikers, but there's strikers out there that fit. I've said this before. I'll say this again. Manchester United need minimum 2 strikers. Wherever Martial falls, you need 3. But we need a minimum of 2 strikers. I was saying this entire summer. In an ideal world, I would like 3 because we can't trust Martial. As good as Martial was yesterday, it was good to see him back. He got 60 minutes. We know we can't rely on him. I've never doubted his talent. My biggest issue with Martial has always been availability. Availability is an ability. Because as good as Martial is, or as good as I think he is, I should say, he can't stay fit. This is why the entire summer I was saying, go and sign 2 strikers. We still need 2 strikers because Martial can't stay fit. Ronaldo's not good enough. And we've seen how this has hindered us at times when we've got to play Rashford up top. And then all of a sudden you're playing Rashford up top. Even though we can do a job there, you're not getting the most out of Rashford. So that's what but it's good to see Martial back. Very, very good to see Martial back. And one that said, flawless breaking news, United are making an offer for João Felix in January. What I would say is to the João Felix thing, what Eddie was saying, it's a preference. How good is João Felix? I legit don't know. You know where he falls? Very much in the Martial bracket for me. In terms of, I know the talent's there, but with Martial, he can't stay fit. With João Felix, can he adapt to the Premier League? Like, without PMP, which he don't really have, how does he do playing as a 9 here? I don't know. But it depends how's Ten Hag trying to set up with the João Felix thing. Like, I'm not against it, but I'm not all for it. Just in terms of profile, I'm not all for it. You know what I'm saying? Martial won't win us a league or Champions League, so the quicker we can replace guys like him, we'll be closer to our goal. So what I don't understand about that is, James, how come you're on the Ronaldo thing? That's what I don't get. Because you could replace Martial's name with Ronaldo, and it's the same thing. But yet that's why I don't understand. I even saying you're wrong about Martial. I've said before, I say again, Martial cannot be relied upon. We need to go sign a first choice number 9 and a backup number 9.
Yeah.
I've said this countless times.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand from you, James, is if you put Ronaldo's name in that sentence instead of Martial, it still applies. But you will back Cristiano Ronaldo. What's the difference? I don't get it. Because Ronaldo won't win as a league or Champions League. So the quicker we can replace guys like him, we'll be closer to our goal. The same thing applies. I don't get it. No, I don't get it whatsoever. Like, and this is the type of thing that I'm talking about, people. Like, people will pick and choose players they will pick and choose and not keep the same energy when it comes to players they like or they don't like. I've legit just said, and let me repeat this again, we need 2 strikers, people. And I'm a fan of Martial, but he cannot be relied upon. We need a first choice striker, and we need a backup. So say that's Ivan Toney as the backup and another one. Whoever they go to decide to go and get. Say it's João Felix. Let's use João Felix as the example. Say it's João Felix and Ivan Toney backs him up. I like that. I'm not saying those things happen, people. I'm not saying we can't do better than those 2. I'm saying if that was to happen, I like the direction we're going in. And then you could have a third striker as a youngster. Nah, bro, I know Ronaldo's leaving this summer. All right, so if Martial was leaving this summer, you'd be okay. So you'd be okay with him. Like,
no, I see.
Go on.
And here's the thing, James. Ten Hag ain't like that. Ten Hag ain't out here trying to get people paid. He's trying to win games. So
facts. So wait, and Ronaldo's leaving this summer, so that makes him okay to do bad this season then. How come you didn't want him gone this last summer gone? You was here defending him. That makes no sense. So because he's leaving in the summer, it's okay for him to be a detriment. You know what I'm saying? This season, which he is. Because he's leaving in the summer. That makes no sense. See what I'm saying, people? That makes no sense. Ronaldo's not good enough. Martial's not good enough. But because Ronaldo's leaving in the summer, that makes it okay for Ronaldo to be here for the season. But Martial isn't. Nah. You can't so Ronaldo's being a detriment right now. So because he's leaving in the summer, that makes it okay. No, why did you not want him gone last summer? I wanted Ronaldo. I didn't want Ronaldo in the first place. I wanted him sold this summer. And you argued me down, James, about this. About him being a success here, and he hasn't been so far this season. He's been awful. He's been one of our worst players. He's been top 3 worst outfield players in terms of minutes. Who's been a worse player than him? Maybe Sancho. That's it. is between him and Sancho. He's top 3. This is my point. Like, you can't just pick and choose. So it's okay to have Ronaldo here for this season because he's leaving. Yeah, James, go on, explain. Yeah, the floor is yours because I don't get that.
Because here's what it's going to come down to. Here's what it's going to come down to. When you have players who, I'm telling you this right now, figure themselves bigger than the club at this stage in their career, there's no changing them. There's no changing them. And then when you have a player like Martial, for example, where he could have, to be honest, he could have really sold this club out. And Marcel, because the levels are so low at our club, Martial has won how many trophies as United player? He was there for the Euro League, FA.
3. Won 3.
3. You can't call a player who won 3 trophies at my club a flop when I haven't won anything since 2017.
Well, cool. Ignore that. Go on. Carry on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna, Marcel, again, I understand the loser pool agenda has to run. Shout out to ManDem Forest. They did one for the world. But relax, big man. Relax.
Go on. Carry on your point.
Yeah, I think, again, we are completely together when it comes to the quality of this United team and where we need to be. So, people, if we defend players, it's to defend objectively, because there's nothing that we can really be out here selling out for players for. They haven't given us any trophies.
They've given us. Let me cut you off there, Eddie. We haven't defended. Don't pay attention to Marcel. We've not defended Martial once. Don't let him try and trick you. There's been no defense of his. I legit said, man, pick and choose what they want to hear. I legit said we need 2 strikers. That Martial can't be relied upon. I said it on this show. I said it at the start of the season. So don't let man trick you and be talking rubbish. Man just talking nonsense. Like, that's not what I said. I legit said we need 2 strikers the entire summer, but we move.
No.
See that? Because they'll say, oh, especially flawless. I've just said. Yeah, you trolling, isn't it? I've legit just said we need 2 strikers, but we move. Like I say, because Marcel can't get with me. What's it called in terms of verbally? He'll just lie, innit? But we move. Hassam does the same shit. Yeah, Hassam does the same shit. Yeah, man. After when the what's it called, innit? When the truth don't work, they start telling lies, innit? I legit just said we need 2 strikers from. I've legit said that we need 2 strikers, but we move.
Yeah, man.
No, James answered no. And now this is not what we. So let's get to this. So let's classes in session again. So let's go, James, because now you're moving the goalposts. This is what I'm talking about. So this is what I'm saying in that. Like, this is not what we was talking about. So the way the fans talk about Martial as if he'll be the no, we're not talking about fans. We're talking about me and you, James. So back to the point. This is the point I'm making. You legit just said earlier, it's okay for Ronaldo to be here this season, even though he's not good enough because he's leaving in the summer. That makes no sense. So because Martial could stay, you don't believe either of them are good enough. Cool. I have no qualms with that whatsoever. 0 qualms with that whatsoever. My whole entire point is it's okay. You said it's okay for Ronaldo to stay because, all right, go on. All right, okay. Stop talking about fans. Yo, Marcel just talking rubbish, man. You know what I'm saying? As always. So we move. Guy just talking rubbish. Because he can't get with me in it. He can't get with man, so he just talks rubbish. I've legit said we need 2 strikers. Legit. All summer I've been saying. All summer I said this. Now I've said this. We need 2 strikers this summer. Because he can't be relied. You know what, Marcel, in a bit, innit? I ain't got no time for you in a bit, man. Man just talking rubbish. Bye. I'm saying in a bit. But yeah, go on. Man just talks rubbish all day long on it. I got no time for it. You know
I told you he minds out here. Y'all talk crazy.
Man just talk rubbish. Man just here talking rubbish, man. You know what I'm saying? And that. Hold that. Go on, James. Carry on. You know what I'm saying?
So here's the thing, James. Like, we can't do this. You can't Bikram yoga.
Now he said he's got part 1 and part 2. So let's see this.
Because again, if we say he does something well, that's not saying he's our future.
Yeah, facts.
Right? The way some fans talk about him, I can't speak for some fans. A lot of fans, I disagree with. If you haven't seen my takes on Marcel, and Flawless can say the same as well. A lot of these United fans, we just really don't disagree with. And there's so many of us that, of course, you find the couple that you do agree with.
Yeah, facts.
Right? So that's just what it comes down to. Yeah, with this team going forward,
Man, I ain't gonna lie my name in that. So hold a
yeah,
block
now
in it.
we
Man,
gotta
forget who runs this shit. Nah, man, don't lie my name. Don't do that. Don't lie, man. Don't lie my name.
No, but listen, hey,
Don't lie my name.
James, that's an excuse.
Yeah, James, let him finish because he said that's part 3. So I think he's got one more part. I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff, people.
So I don't care. I don't care if the brother here for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 days, 1 day, 30 minutes. Respect my club. Respect the club that gave you your introduction to the world on the grandest stage. You don't go to Real the way you do if you're not out here doing it for Manchester United first. Let me be very clear. You were at Sporting. Real could have got you from there. They right across the street. You had to come fuck with us so you can go fuck with them. Simple facts. So him acting the way he's been acting is no excuse. There's no excuse for it. Call it out. Because if it was one of the players that I actually rock with, I'd be super disappointed and I'd be grilling the hell out of them. I'd come on this platform and I'd tell you they don't deserve to wear the badge. Ronaldo does not deserve to wear the badge. Call it out. Don't say, oh, yeah, because he's leaving. Yeah, it's all good. No, I can wipe my hands with woo. Nah, especially if you're demanding that we hold other players accountable. If you don't want to hold players accountable, say that. We won't. We'll speak on the game. But if you want us to hold players accountable, it got to be fair game for all of them when any of them do something they're not supposed to be doing. That was what he's displayed a level of unprofessionalism that cannot go ignored. Who walks out on the team? Who walks like?
And this isn't correct. So let me get to this. If Bruno had one more year remaining flawless, would you speak about the Bruno the way you are now? You'll be happy because he's performing poorly and probably won't be expended. It's the fact. No, that's incorrect because he's a hindrance right now. So I'm gonna complain. I don't care if you have 1 year left or you have 10 years left on your deal. Are you a hindrance right now? You making up all these excuses. Cristiano Ronaldo right now, as constructed, is a problem for this team. You didn't want to admit this. You defended him. He's a problem right now. So that's nonsense about, he's leaving in the summer. So what's he doing right now? He's a hindrance right now. The success of this season, you're talking about building for the future. That I understand. But what about right now? I'm talking about this season. You defended this man, and he's not good enough. But they will then complain about Martial. No, you can't have it both ways. Ronaldo's a hindrance right now as we speak. So therefore, you should. But because you like him, you didn't want him gone. That makes no sense. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense.
You gotta keep it consistent, bro.
That makes no sense. I read the rest of the parts, but my point is, I read the rest of the parts, especially the part 4 responded to that. So no, that's incorrect. I would still complain about Bruno the same way. I'm still complaining about Ronaldo the same way because are they a hindrance right now? Cristiano Ronaldo is a hindrance right now. He was a hindrance last season. I said all of these things and I was proven right. You was telling me at the start of this season, wait until Ronaldo does this, and that. He's been one of our worst performers. He's top 2. If you want to put Sancho top, cool. Who's been worse than Ronaldo apart from Sancho? Let's call a spade, but you wanted him at this club and he's not good enough. This is my point. He's a hindrance right now. We play better without him. He's not had a good performance starting at all this season. This is what I'm talking about. You got to pick and choose who we like and who we don't because, no, what are you doing right now? Forget about building. I'm talking about this season, 2022/23.
That's it.
I'm talking about now. Don't worry about the future. Let's talk about right now. Right now, as it stands, Cristiano Ronaldo is a hindrance to this football club.
Is that
yeah, you wanted him to stay. That makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. That's full. Yeah, bump up the like, subscribe to the channel as well. Continue to get your questions in. Did we mention? Yeah, we mentioned Garnacho. Well, Eddie did. Garnacho was good to see. He could be a bright spot going forward this season, definitely. Off the bench as well. Definitely off the bench could be. I like him as an impact sub. His attributes. Not saying that he can't start, but he's a good option to have off the bench, and we've seen it yesterday. He helped us win that game yesterday.
Oh,
110%.
Definitely.
And with his attributes, he's direct. That's what I like about my wingers. He's direct. He takes on players. He commits defenders. Even the one where he dribbled, he just ran with the ball. Douglas Luiz stopped, stopped chasing him. And if he would have chopped to his left, he probably scores. But like I said, he's young, so I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I'm saying Ronaldo started the season poorly, but he won't be the reason why we won't win a trophy or top four. If Martial was fit and healthy, surely he would even be started. It all starts with No, that's incorrect because it's a squad game. I'm going to complain about a squad player because we know Martial's injury prone. So is Martial at fault? Yes. Also, is Cristiano Ronaldo at fault? Yes. Because he's not good enough. Because he still plays that. If Martial's fit, Ronaldo still plays them Europa League games. He still plays them Europa League games. Because Ten Hag has made changes. So no, it don't all see. You just want to bypass Cristiano Ronaldo all the time. Hold this man accountable for his poor performances. He's not good enough. You sat here on this platform and defended this guy and was like, nah, flawless, you're wrong. Watch until he does what? He started the season poorly because he's a poor player. He's not good enough. Last season shown that. Don't give me 18 goals, man. Look at his performances, man. This guy's not good enough. But people will defend him and defend him and defend him. He's not good enough. He should have never been signed in the first place. He should have been sold in the summer. He should get sold in January. He don't even want to be here. So it don't all start with Martial. That's on Cristiano Ronaldo. How come when we mention Cristiano Ronaldo, Martial comes up? Let's talk about the man Cristiano Ronaldo. Because if he was scoring goals, it wouldn't be Martial's fault, man. But all right. Yes, we went through to the next round of the Europa League. Did we top the group? Did Ronaldo's poor performances not play a part in the 2 games against Sociedad? Do you know what I'm saying? 2, did he not miss chances against Omonia? Bear in mind, if we would have beat Omonia or Sheriff in either of those 2 games by 1 more goal, we would have topped the group. So now we're just saying he's not under pressure whatsoever. He's not a part of it. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, man? Performances are poor. How many of them games did he play well in? None. 0. Hasn't played well at all this season. At all. Give me a 7 out of 10 performance in one of those 6 games. Please. Someone in the chat, let me know.
No. See, again, I got you. I
didn't say. Go on.
I'll let you get him out.
Yeah.
Listen, man. We didn't top the group because of Ronaldo, because of the team. So Ronaldo's not a part of this team. I know he tries his best not to be a part of this team, but Ronaldo's not a part of this team now. Ronaldo wasn't out there when we lost 1-0 to Sociedad because he couldn't finish certain chances. Ronaldo was out there against Sheriff when he had I don't know how many games in front of many chances in front of goal. Get them together. What's the Fred news, Murtaza?
Yeah, what's the Fred news? I know, again, James, this is because you're a Ronaldo fan. You're not hearing what I'm saying. I didn't say we didn't top the group because of Ronaldo. I said he's a part of it. He's part of the reason, but you don't want to admit it. I'm saying you told me this guy was good. You was all for it. Now we should keep him flawless, and he's performed poorly the entire season. You got all this vim for Sancho, but when it comes to Ronaldo, because you like him, you don't have any of this vim. You just pick and choose because it's a favorites thing. He's not good enough. He's part of the reason why we didn't finish top of the Europa League group. Yes. Is he the sole reason? No. You have the agenda with Ronaldo. Because every time we mention him, it's always somebody else's fault. He's not good enough. He should have been sold in the summer. You were adamant he should have stayed. How's that worked out so far? He's been one of our worst performers this season. But hey, we move.
Yeah, so apparently he's looking to offload Fred and Maguire.
Let's go. That's my guy.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
That's my guy.
Again, am I going to be mad if Fred leaves? No. Nah. Do I hope that we get a replacement?
We'll get a replacement
that's suitable. Yeah, I think we better. So all I want to have happen is replacements, right? That's it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's it. I understand, I think Yeah, I think that it does suit because again, like I said, bro, Fred has tenacity, but the technique is lacking. And if he's just gonna be a squad player in the coach's eyes, I think you can find somebody maybe a little bit younger and a little bit technically astute that can give you what Fred gives you. I love Fred because he plays hard. Like he's one of the ones who plays hard and he gives you those glimpses of what he can do. But there's just so many times when he's on, it's like it's so crazy how bad he can look on the ball and how good he can look on the ball, if that makes sense.
He's good and bad at the same time.
Like it's crazy, bro. I seen him make crazy flicks, crazy moves. And then the next time, like yesterday, that led to the goal, it's just like, huh? What are you doing? Like, get it out. So, yeah, he's overhauling the team.
Love that.
This is what we need. This is what we wanted. We wanted a new team, and we're gonna get a new team. And yeah, if it's what the manager, I'm so with it's hog season over here. It's hog season over here. So whatever the guy wants.
And to this, you said he would have still started Europa League games if Martial was fit. I told you we went through, so he wasn't much of a detriment. And you replied with we finished second, insinuating he was because he was part of the reason. If we had a good enough backup striker, we finished top of that group. Because he missed chances. He did nothing in those games, James. I don't know what you are failing to realize about what I'm saying. We played 6 matches. He played poorly or to average in all of them. If we had a decent strike, if Ivan Toney was the backup, we'll use Ivan Toney as an example. Or if we had an adequate backup, he was actually good enough, we'd finish top of that group. So yes, he was a part of the reason. But like I said, you're a Ronaldo stan. So you're going to continue to defend him no matter what I say. I'm saying, no matter, you was the guy who said, let's keep him. He's going to be good enough. Now he's been poor all season. It's everyone else's fault. Now, once have you said, yo, he's been poor. That's on Ronaldo. It's Martial's fault. It's Ten Hag's fault. The grass is too green. The sky is too blue. He's just not good. That's it. He's not good. He's busted. He's 38, 37. He's done. He's dead. Man was struggling against Sheriff and Omoni and Nicosia. He's terrible. You know what I'm saying? If we had an adequate striker in those games, we finished top of that group, yes. Is he the sole reason? No. Is he a major problem? Yes. Because in them games, he did nothing. Ironically, Martial did do something because he scored the equalizer, I think, in one of those games off the bench. So, yes, it's on him because he's not good. He hasn't played well for us all season, and we're in November, and he's going to go to the World Cup and stink up the gym as well. But you said we should keep him because he's good, and he's no longer good. He's not performed well all season. Like, what are we talking about, man? People just going to defend this guy to the end of time. End of time. You know what I'm saying?
You can't, like, again, people.
Ain't even about catching you out, James. He's just not good. I am good with words. I know I'm fantastic with words. That's why I do this. But he's just not good. Ain't about catching you out. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to admit your man's busted. You told me he was good. You told me he'd be successful this season. He's not played well once. Starting. He did well off the bench a couple times. He played well against Everton and he played well against Arsenal. That's it. He's had 2 good games for us. Off the bench. Never mind him walking off, leaving the stadium earlier and all that stuff. But we'll get into that. Hey, big up. No, you are defending him because because it was Ronaldo's been poor, but it's not Ronaldo's been poor and needs to do better. It's everybody else's fault. Look at your comments. It's on Martial. I'll pull up the comment right now. Let's get to it. Hold up. Where's the comment? The comment?
You realize you done fucked up, right?
Look, here it is. Look, it all started. Ronaldo started the season poorly, but he won't be the reason why we don't win a trophy or top 4. If Martial was fit and healthy, surely he wouldn't even be starting. It all starts with Martial. That's blaming Martial for Ronaldo. This is your comment, James, and this was 7:41. So this was 9 minutes ago. So yes, this is what I'm talking about. There's no Ronaldo started the season poorly. It's on Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Martial's fault. Just not good in it. But like I say, that's your man, so you're going to defend him. Not once have you said, right, Ronaldo's not been good this season. That's on him. He needs to perform better. No, it's everybody else's fault. Busted. You know what I'm saying in that? Busted. You know what I'm saying in that? It's busted, 100%. But yeah, back to it. Harry Maguire, I'm glad he's looking like he's leaving.
Yeah, man.
Broken like usually. This
Hey,
is outrageous.
the church bells must ring. The church bells must ring, people. If you have a loved one, a significant other, go out in the middle of the street, give him a big kiss. Let the world know his time has come. Your time has come. Harry Maguire, you've been a terrorist to the progression of Manchester United football.
Yeah.
You have been quite possibly, the single most embarrassing transfer in world football. You honestly are like you. He's such a reminder of the shit that we've been through that the moment he leaves, it's brother, I can't tell you how much the weight will be lifted. And don't let him leave in my Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, brother Eric Bailly come back and start saucing in another. Like, even if they get so, I don't care. If he come back, it's love for me. Because the mere fact that Eric Bailly could win shit for us and sit on the bench for him, listen, you Top Reds won this one. You won that fight. I'm about to win this war, motherfucker. I'm about to be eating Gucci. I'm about to see Maguire gone. Shaw doing his best to leave after these performances he's put in. Because, again, other than the goal against Aston Villa, brother was blowing hot air again. I knew he was gonna see you again. I knew I was gonna see you again, Shaw. You just can't seem to stay fit. You can't give me effort. I don't know what you're doing on the side. I don't know what you're doing. Again, I understand Call of Duty came out, so I guess your attention was elsewhere. But yeah, man. If he said Fred, I'm sorry, Fred. I was your first deacon. I did my job. My tenure was up. Man, I got to go to a new church. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah, man, I'm not too fussed about the news. The only news I'm more scared about is these things that we're gonna stay remotely quiet in January. But again, they said we wouldn't have that much money in the summer, so maybe they're wrong about this one.
But they said that last summer. And look at what we did. That was the reports last summer. How much did we spend? 250. Was it 250? Something like that. Like that's what he said last summer.
We went off. And again,
Anthony was
go find Arnold's house. Y'all know what to do.
Yeah. Georgia, Maguire leaving means we need another centre back in January, June. Who would you get in? I'm not sure. I don't think he'd leave in January. It was 2:30. I don't think that he'd leave in. I think it would be the summer. Same with Fred. I think it would be the summer. No. What's it called? Whatever, Marcel. Sure, man.
Marcel, man, it's not that deep, man.
It's that deep. Sure, man. This guy just be here talking rubbish. I ain't got no time, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, now apologize, innit? You know what I'm saying? When man was trying to have conversation, man wanted to troll in it. Troll from the outside, innit? Maguire leaving means do we need another centre back in January, June? Who would you get? I don't know. No one sticks out, to be honest.
What's 230?
No one sticks out at 230 M's we spent in the summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 230 is what we spent. Man, I'm saying screen out. Give me I want a PMP, man. You know what I'm saying? Bring me a PMP.
Yeah, nah, dog. I need no more slow center backs.
Bring me that, like, not him, but the profile of the Southampton centre back, Bola Ketchup. You know what I'm saying? And that. Not him, but bring me that profile. Someone who's 6 foot plus, quick and strong. And we can work out the rest. You know what I'm saying? And that. Bring me a beast. Someone who's tall as well, because our team's small. We need someone who's like 6'4". 6'3", 6'4". Because one thing I've noticed is our team isn't the tallest. I think if you like look at it, like you've got, that's why we always go short from corners. You got Dalot who's like 6'1". Shaw Malacia ain't the tallest. Martinez ain't the tallest. Varane, I think, is what, 6'1", 6'2". Casemiro's not the tallest. Eriksen's small. Bruno ain't the tallest. Rashford ain't really, well, Rashford's like 6'2". Anthony, I think, is what, 6'1". And then if it's Martial who's like 6'0", it's like we don't really have a tall team like that. That's why we go short.
Nah, man.
You know with it. You know with the Upamecano thing.
Nah, I seen enough. I seen enough.
Yeah, Matata talking about that Kim Min Jae,
So
the
is
South
he?
Korean fullback. I mean, so center back. Sorry, center back.
So the thing is, yeah, we can get him, but is he going to be able to play? Because from the looks of it, Varane and Martinez are starting center backs, the manager's favorites. Will this Kim Min Jae guy get the opportunity to play if he is what you think he is? And if he
Well,
is what you think he is, he's probably going to want an opportunity to start and not just ride the bench and get in.
yeah, that's what we're thinking. This is backup as well.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why we need to go
backup.
young, man. Go get
Go young.
go get the ball, the guy from Southampton. Go get him, man.
There you go.
I'm saying
That's
this
more of it.
Southampton. I'll go get him.
I think we're trying to get their right back.
Who?
Frimpong, is it?
Who does he play for?
Mm.
I don't think he would choose to be third choice centre back.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I would go get ball. I would go get that Keller. You know what I'm saying? And that rather than the Kim Min Jae, especially if Kim Min Jae has a good World Cup. I want to be watching South Korea to see how he does in the World Cup. Interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, though.
Yeah, something like that. Like, so it'll be interesting. It will be. I'm saying Upamecano's a bum, but we need a Varane prototype, someone physical. I don't want tough guys like Lindelof. I'd love to play against Lindelof, and I'm not professional. He's rubbed. I do agree. That's why I said PMP. We do need someone physical.
Hey, bro, you see, like we say, what do y'all say on Red Talk? Vamos FC?
Yeah, man. Vamos.
Hey, man. Oh, Frimpong plays for Bayer Leverkusen. Okay. Mm-hmm. Listen, that brother looks so out of place. It's scary.
What? Bayer Leverkusen?
Nah, Lindelof.
Yeah,
Lindelof, like, bro. We went from Martinez and Varane, two dudes I know ain't going for nothing, to this brother Lindelof doing the electric slide with his hands behind his back while he got a player running at him, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it no more. He got to go. Maguire getting turned. Oh my God. I still see Ollie Watkins just cooking him.
He did
in my head, bro. You saw how slow it took for him to catch up? Like we play a line that does not suit him. We play a brand of football that does not suit these two. I would listen, man. Let me tell you something, Sid. If they ever sent me, if I'm in Manchester United's office, right? I'm doing my thing on my computer. They ever sent me a notification that a bid was made for Kimpembe, I'm going to jail. I'm finding who did it, and I'm going to jail. Kimpembe is one of the dumbest footballers around.
Yeah, you're not a fan of Kimpembe at all.
Oh, yes. Every time I watch, because again, I got the Ligue games on my TV plan because I got BN Sports, so I can just watch, and I watch them, and it's legit. He could very well be the reason PSG does not win. He always, you remember what he did for us? That handball for the when we played him and beat him up in Paris.
This guy, wild boy, you know.
I'm cool. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I'm having a look here. Oh, he played in Bundesliga, and then he's played for Southampton. Here's the thing is, James, I hear this in regards to any centre back we would want to start. But what I'm saying is the first choice is Varane and Martinez. So what better than a young centre back to learn from those two?
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. Specifically Varane. Like, who better? That's a great mentor. I'm on the Bella Kotchap. I've only seen him a few times. I've seen him play a handful of matches. I'm with it though. Just from his profile. I'm with it. He's only 20 years old as well. 20 years old.
I mean, that's where we're going. Young, hungry, trying to prove it. You surround them young and hungry players trying to prove it with players who have done it before and somewhat still in their prime. That's kind of the mix you want as a team. That's kind of what you want.
Well, and he's Southampton. He wouldn't cost an arm and a leg either. He would not cost an arm and a leg. And he wouldn't be like demanded start week in, week out. And he'd get games. He would get game time. Plus, like, he's physically imposing as well. But again, that's my preference. That's who I would go and get personally. Why
Yeah.
not? Why not? And he's played, I'm looking at his stats. He played in the Bundesliga last season. And obviously, this is his first season at Southampton now. 20 years old. Interesting to see. I'm not sure if he'll start at the World Cup. Depends if Germany play a back three. But like I say, the handful of times I've seen him, specifically again, I've seen him when he played us as well. I'm like, decent centre back. I have to talk to a Southampton fan, see what they say. I have to find a Southampton fan, see what they're on. Well, yeah. And oh, yeah, speaking of centre backs, where's everybody who was complaining about Ten Hag at the start of the season playing Maguire and, you know what I'm saying? And oh, he's forced to play him. He's a Glazer puppet. He's the captain. Nothing's changed. He's Ollie reincarnated. Blah, blah, blah. He's the Dutch Ollie. Blah. See, I told you people, man. I said it.
Crazy.
I said it at the start of the season. He will drop Ten Hag will drop Maguire if he's not good enough. And look, he did. Maguire's our fourth choice centre back, you could argue. Now reports are coming out saying he's leaving. That's what reports are saying. He's leaving, Fred's leaving. So he's figuring out what I've been saying for the longest. Ten Hag has been figuring out who he wants to keep and who he wants to sell and who's good enough. They ain't selling us Saliba, fam.
No,
They ain't selling us Saliba. They ain't selling us Saliba. This ain't Van Persie all over again. And if we were in that situation, that's a whole different, but they ain't selling us Saliba. I'm saying, go get Bella Kutchen, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm with. I'm on the German thing, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can add instill some steel, 100%. I wouldn't go back to Timber Martinez will be a problem in the plan. That's why Varane is the best. Yeah, I wouldn't go get Timber unless we was getting Timber as a right back.
Yeah, but even as a right back, he doesn't like fit what we need anymore. Because I think the Timber thing was before we could get Martinez. If I'm being fair, I don't think like we said. Like again, it works in the Dutch, but the thing that people got to realize about the Prem is the Prem has people playing in it because they're just athletes, right? Like because they're bigger, faster, taller than a lot of the people who decide to play football. And so when you're dealing with that type of situation, you need some of that in your lineup. You need somebody like what Falls is talking about. 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, man, just a dominant figure.
Can be dominant. And that's what's made Varane look so good aside Martinez. Because Martinez does the ball playing, does all the ball playing, all the ball progression. Varane deals with the certain types of, athletic freaks that you might deal when the other team is on attack. So you want both. And the thing with Linda and Maguire is they don't have that. Well, they have enough to be somewhat suitable in this league, but they don't have the athleticism and the grit to survive here.
Facts.
That's been their problem all this time. So we need two center backs to come off the bench. Hopefully they're young. If they're not young, hopefully they're proven and they don't mind coming off the bench. And I think that's when you start to see this defense take shape. Because I think he has his four or his three of the future for sure. I think with Malacia, Martinez, and Delo, because those three are younger than Varane, who's I think about in his 30s.
Yeah, I think.
So I think he has what he wants going forward. The question is, how does he support it and solidify it?
Yeah. And that's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, man, it's good to see that Maguire's looking like he might be moved on, man. Like they're great reports. They're great reports, which means lets us know he's then signing his centre back. So then you got Varane, Martinez, and then whoever the other centre back is would be Ten Hag centre back. And now he's slowly starting to form his team. I'm just hoping it is that profile. I think that's what we're lacking in that area is a big, dominant, physical centre back.
Yeah,
Martinez is physical. Don't get me wrong, people, but why not have another? Why not have another? Because then if Martinez is out, that's the perfect foil for Varane.
Yeah.
And then if Varane's out, Martinez can still be the physical one who fronts people up, and then the other centre back can be the one who can cover and who's quick with pace. That's how I'm looking at it. Well, yeah, Faker, big up. Yeah, we was just talking about that as well. But hey, salute to Ten Hag, man. He seems to be doing the business, man. You know what I'm saying? Seems to be doing
exactly what I said about Fred too. It's literally exactly what I said about Fred. his application and what he provides to the team, you love it. But if I can get that and somebody better, gotta get it. Gotta go for it.
Yeah.
What it comes down to, man.
That's it. Yeah, James, we all want United. Well, as United fans, we all want United to be great again.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think we're all looking at that. But we're gonna close out this show.
Woo!
You'll probably get the last one before the World Cup next week, Friday. If there's news, you will. If not, you'll see me and Eddie here amongst the others probably doing World Cup preview content. And I'm sure you'll see Eddie during the World Cup. Go on, fam, hit me.
I'm trying to get. I can't do it Tuesday because I'm back.
I know what we can do. Go on. Sorry, I got the idea, but go on, carry
on.
I'm
trying to get like a recap with Ivorian and shit.
All right, cool. We'll do that. We'll plan something. What I was thinking was, because it's always great, because last time we did it, player ratings so far this season.
Say less. Yeah. No, we got that. Yeah.
We'll do player ratings. So that's what you'll get next week, people. It'll be the final ManDem United before the World Cup, so it might be the last one of the year. You know what I'm saying? That'll be next week, Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. Me and Eddie will do a player rating so far this season. You know what I'm saying? And I think Eddie said Eddie, how was Black Panther, by the way, compared to the previous one?
Hey man, solid film. Good movie, good sequel. There's only one post-credit scene, but when I tell you it's the one that you want to see, y'all make sure y'all stick around. Shout out Angela Bassett. God damn, she can act. And she's somebody mama looking that good, don't make no goddamn sense. But yeah, shout out to her for acting her ass off. Shout out to Shuri. Shuri held it down.
Let's go.
Baku was hella funny. Like, nah, bro, Ryan Coogler don't really fuck around and make shitty movies. So you can have issues with the story or how certain stuff was executed, but I think you'll come out and it's better than Thor. It's I'll say it's better than Doctor Strange. Because they're setting shit up perfectly
for the next things.
For not just this one, but for the rest of the MCU.
Yeah. For the whole phase.
For the whole phase, how we finna see shit pop off, trust me, people. It's gonna get sticky after this one. You gonna see some shit in this one, you're gonna be like, oh, okay. That's where we going. So yeah, man, it was a dope film. I think, but I gotta say this: the best part of that film was how they paid respect to the fallen brother Chadwick Boseman, bro.
Yeah, man,
I really appreciate. And people had a lot of conversations about recasting them, and I get that, but y'all have to understand these are human people. That was their brother. They changed the world with that movie. So their connection is something that you can't just say, yeah, bring another brother up in here. He could be T'Challa. You dig what I'm saying?
They should have done that. You know what he should have done? Which would have been they should have just brought, you know what I'm saying, Killmonger back from the dead. That's what they should have.
Because that's what happened in the comic. That happened in the comic too. They killed Killmonger.
And then brought him back from the dead.
They brought him back. And
that's what they should do, man.
All over again.
You could have been on that Vegeta thing, innit? The villain who then became good, but he still has villainous ways. They should have run that. They should have just they should just run Killmonger back. I hope you see him in what's it called? The alternate universes and stuff like that. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully they bring him back. Hopefully they bring him out, man. But man, y'all go make sure y'all show the movies. Go watch the movie. Again, the best part was just everybody. I can't even M'Baku y'all gonna be dying at M'Baku.
M'Baku was funny in the first one. He was funny in the first one.
This one,
he's hilarious in the first one.
He don't miss, but I don't want to speak on it too much. Y'all go see the joint and then give it 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, I'm going to tomorrow. I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
So yeah, I tell you this right now. After 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
I'm speaking about it.
Yeah,
right?
So you got 2 weeks. You lot got up until the middle of the World Cup group games until we start talking about it. So you got 2 weeks. You legit have 2 weeks because I'm going tomorrow to watch it. I might even watch the first. I might watch the first one again today.
Yeah,
I might watch the first one again tonight just to jog my memory and that. Daredevil says, "Big up Flawless and Eddie. You guys are great always. Keep up the great work. Come on, you Red Devils." Big up, man.
Come on,
Love to everyone that's
Daredevil.
locked. And James, man, of course, you know the answer to this question. Says you guys going to do Portugal watch-alongs. I'll be here all tournament to see them win the
Yeah,
World
we'll
Cup
be
Portugal.
here. Come on,
All right,
James.
so I've said this before. I'll say this again because some of you lot might not know because Daredevil asked the same question. The aim, people, is to do every single game in the World Cup. That is the aim. Whether that comes true or not, I don't know. But you know me, I will do my very best alongside the team to make sure that happens. So when I say every game, people, I'm talking from Qatar, Ecuador, all the way up until the final. Every single, all the group games, round of 66, round of 16, quarters final, semi-final, third place playoff, final. So that is the aim. We will do every, like I was legit, actually, ironically, people, yesterday I was doing the thumbnails for the first set of group games that I finished. So that's what I was doing yesterday. You know, the work don't stop. So yes, to answer your question, James, Portugal watch-alongs will be happening. Daredevil said, will you guys do World Cup watch-alongs? Yes. For those that were here when the Euros was on, you know, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, the Euros was nuts. Eddie was in the building. You seen all the regulars, like, it was jokes. Go back and check the Euros, people. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, the Euros was good time. And still one of the biggest videos. The final that's the biggest live we've ever done. I think it's at 19K now. You know what I'm saying? We trended, which was sick. You know what I'm saying? During the final. That was crazy. So we hope to do that again, and hopefully it boosts the channel, people. But don't worry, next week you will get some form of World Cup previews as well. I'm just trying to pattern it, sort it out, see who's on, guests, all that type of stuff. But me and Eddie will be back. We'll do this show next Friday, and we'll do it. For those player ratings with Eddie is always jokes. You know what I'm saying? And never forget the last one we did. He said, yo, let's start this off right. No one's getting more than a 5. You know what I'm saying?
we gotta, hey man, we gotta call it how we gonna call it. See now some brothers getting that, you know, they getting that top flight treatment, man. I ain't gonna snap on nobody, but some shall get snapped on, and you know who them some might be. So you know, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Who do you guys will think with the World Cup? James, I got Brazil. That's my pick.
Me too.
I got Brazil.
I'm rooting for Brazil. Like y'all understand, my childhood, that Brazil 2002 team colored my perception of football, people. That's why I think about football the way I do. And then it went to Robin, Van Persie, and them Dutch boys. Yeah. Then I saw, you know, the German take over for a little bit. But the Spaniards, that shit was dark, bro. I can't even lie. When the Spaniards were ruling football with that shit they was playing.
Oh, yeah, the tiki-taka.
Tiki-taka, more just keep the ball.
Yeah, they just keep the ball, man.
Just keep the ball, that's it. But yeah, man. Appreciate y'all boys, man. Appreciate y'all in the chat every time, for real.
Love to everyone that's locked in. Don't forget the link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. We may be back tonight. I may do a fan calling show, or you may get a GTA stream. I'm not sure. But outside of that, what you will definitely get 110% is tomorrow. You will get the Newcastle versus Chelsea watch along. That will happen Saturday night. Then Sunday night, you will get the final Premier League game before the World Cup. Fulham versus Manchester United, and then of course you'll get the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A as well. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule because I'm sure there's some NBA. What we doing? Oh yeah, Sunday night, Lakers Nets. That's Sunday night. That's 2:30 a.m. Lakers Nets is going down as well. All of the things, all of the live. Say, go on. What you say?
What you doing?
Yo, fam, you be what, my dude? You don't want to see LeBron versus KD. It's one for the ages. They got no Kyrie. That's a game you man can. You man are the favorites.
People in the chat attest to being a witness, please. Can I get your confirmation of being a witness when Flawless goes on trial for continuing to put the Lakers on like they want to be watched? I'm sure the Lakers players, if they had it their way, they wouldn't even sit on the bench.
No, here's the thing is, are you lot not favorites for that game? I think you're favorites. You don't think the Lakers are better than the Nets?
No.
All right. So let me switch this. If the Nets were in the West, where would they finish?
Higher than the Lakers.
What, playing though? What, like 9th?
No.
You reckon it'd be a playoff team?
Full team? Probably 6.
Yeah, but they ain't got a full team. There's no Kyrie.
Oh, they got Kevin Durant though.
Yeah, they got KD, but KD by himself can't. Like, they wouldn't. Come on, man. They the Lakers of the East, basically. You might have very similar. Am I lying? You might have very similar. Nets fans would sound like you right now. In a parallel universe, yeah, there's two guys who support Liverpool, and one's in the UK in Liverpool, one's
yeah, continue to get out. You're laughing for a reason, but get it out. Yeah.
One's in Liverpool,
Yeah.
the other guy's in Brooklyn on the East Coast, not the West Coast, and they're having this exact same conversation about the Nets. I would say so. You think the Nets fans would be happy?
The most diabolical 30 seconds you've had on this platform, trying to justify this. Don't do that. Again, my pain gets clicks. Let me say it for the people. People, my pain gets clicks. It's all right. I'm here to support my brother Wallace in his endeavor. It's okay.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. The thing is, the Nets. So if the Lakers win all right, let me switch it. If the Lakers were in the East, where would they finish?
Where are they ranked right now?
Where you at right now?
I think we're like 10th.
I don't know. Let me check this. I think you lot are at least a playing team in the East. At least the East is weaker than the West.
I got to see this. I got to see the stats, but I
let me have a look.
Hell no.
So you don't think the Eastern Conference is weaker than the West?
No, I do, but I'd say we are not the team. And again, they're saying Anthony Davis might be sick.
Oh, geez. Is LeBron? So look, look,
injury.
All right. So this is where I need my apologies because let me see where the Lakers are at. Actually, hold up. I'm just pulling up both conferences right now. We switched to basketball, people. This is Sarcasm City TV. So the Lakers currently sit in the West. They currently sit. All right, Lakers are 14th. Nice. All right.
14th?
Yeah, 14th. Oh,
hey, one done. I say this with all due respect. Fuck you and your team. You know what I'm saying? We're 14th. You want to give us 10th in the East? Let me tell you what.
Nah, hey, the net, but you know who's 10th in the East? The Nets. That's you. If you're in the East, all right. Put it this way. I think you're all right. You're better than the Hornets. You're better than the Magic. You're better than the Pistons.
Are we sure?
I'm sure.
About the Magic?
Yes, I'm very sure you're better than the Magic. I'm 100%. The Magic currently sit 14th in the East.
What's their record? What's their record though?
The Magic is currently 1 second. They
have 3 wins. They're better than us.
They're 3-9. 2-9. So they played one less game.
People, like, subscribe, share the thing. This dude Flawless trying to. You see, I got the Mambasita on. You know what it means. This dude. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have some. Show.
Love to everyone that has locked in. Yeah, Jez, we'll discuss this. Don't worry.
Yeah,
this has been the ManDem.
Fuck you too, Jez.
Hold that, Jez. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.